does the Scouters say about it?
The amount of bloom present in Sonic Colors Ultimate.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Hi! So, thank you guys, first of all, for 100 subscribers. I know that's not a ton of subscribers, but still, I appreciate all 100 of you guys for just sticking around and stuff. Yeah, so this video blew up more than I expected. Again, it's not like, you know, like an internet-shaking blow-up or whatever, but I really didn't expect this video to get more than, like, 20 views, since that's usually how my videos do, but, you know, like, I've sparked a discussion, and it seems like a lot of people have sparked discussion, and it's interesting, it's really cool. And so I just wanted to take this video just to respond to, like, you know, some of the comments I've been seeing and stuff, just to maybe even just clear the air on some things that I said, and just generally just have a discussion. I really don't want to create any arguments with this video or anything, I just want to have a civil discussion. So, with that being said, let's get into it. So, one of the bigger comments from this video I noticed was this one, that essentially told me that, you know, like, hey, Zelda is doing a lot of this stuff, the same stuff that Sonic is doing, and, you know, to a bigger extent. And, you know, honestly, I agree, and looking back on it, I really didn't touch on everything that Zelda is doing to focus on this remaster. They were putting an unusually large amount of focus on the new controls, even though that is something that's pretty much required for a remaster, especially since this game is going to be coming out on Switch Lite, which doesn't have Joy-Cons. And just doing other stuff like the amiibo, and again, just making a really big deal out of a remaster. But the thing is, I don't know if Nintendo doing this is exactly giving Sega a free pass. In fact, I think that just kind of brings attention to the fact that, hey, this is kind of a problem. And I'm not gonna say this is a problem, you know, all across the industry, because, you know, like, personally, I've only seen this with these two games. But, you know, like, if you've seen it anywhere else, then please, like, you know, just, like, let me in the comments, I'd love to know. But, like, I don't think that if Zelda is doing this stuff way worse than Sonic, I don't think it's exactly a free pass for Sega to do the same thing that Nintendo is doing. It's really weird to see companies like this just, like, putting this amount of focus on re-releases. It's always weird. And I think, like, my main problem with Sonic Colors Ultimate, like I mentioned in my video, is that, like, the game just, like, certain assets of the game just look unfinished. And yes, they are small things, but, like, those small things add up. People start to notice these things. People will get critical. I also noticed in the comments that a common theme was Remaster Hater, and this game looks great, and Sonic tubers are just complaining about every little detail and being nitpicky and bad, and here is the thing. I do not hate this remaster. I do not. Like I said before, I adore Sonic Colors. It is an incredible game. And I honestly think that Sega doing this remaster is a really good decision for them. Sonic Colors is one of the only modern Sonic games that isn't readily available on a bunch of different consoles, at least 2 of them. Sonic Colors is only available on the Wii. And, like, you know, I still have my Wii hooked up, I can play it, but, like, again, I'm not everyone. I'm sure a lot of people don't have their Wiis hooked up, and they can't play it. And yes, there is a DS version of the game, but that was handled by an entirely different developer, and is essentially just a Sonic Rush 3. So, we can't really bring that up as a point. But, like, I don't hate this remaster, like I said before. I'm just trying to offer my critiques. I'm just noticing these things and saying, hey, I'm not satisfied with the quality of the game that we're getting right now. And so this is what I think, this is what I'm noticing. You know, like, maybe I'm not the best at saying, you know, like, how exactly they can improve it, because, you know, I'm not a game developer myself. But I don't think it's bad for us to offer these criticisms and to say, hey, we're not happy with what we're getting so far. I think that's fine to say. What I don't think is fine is being incredibly toxic about it and saying, oh man, I hate this game, it doesn't look good and I'm not gonna buy it and blah blah blah. No, yes, the game does look really good right now, aesthetically and stuff, but there are a lot of things that, you know, like, people and I are noticing and stuff that does bring the quality of the game down for us, and as a result, a lot of people just aren't satisfied with what we've been seeing, and that's fine. It's totally fine to be dissatisfied with a product. It's totally fine to offer up criticisms and say what you don't like, so that they can make it better and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. And I just feel like a lot of the time, like, this isn't just a me thing, but a lot of the time, like, this stuff, it can kind of get warped. Like, valid criticism in general just can get warped into, like, oh, it's just hate. Like, no, some people just aren't satisfied with what we've been seeing or what we've got right now. And again, that is perfectly okay, as long as we're, you know, civil about it and we're discussing it. So that's honestly great. I saw a comparison for Asteroid Coaster, and I think the remaster definitely looks better there. Sound mixing for the overall audio is a whole different story though. Yeah, I agree, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, again, like I said, the graphics and stuff, like all the textures, all the new, like, backgrounds and stuff, they look amazing. But honestly, yeah, the sound mixing is kinda questionable. The game sounds strangely quiet, and again, you know, like, this is the demo, maybe there were things going on in IGN's end, maybe there was other things going on, but the whole game just seems, like, strangely quiet, especially the music. It's just kind of weird to me, and again, like, they can fix this before release, but, like, it's weird to me. And, like, another thing I noticed is that, like, during the results screen, if you have headphones in, the audio is weirdly balanced to where you hear way more of it in your right ear, and it's super strange, honestly. I'm gonna end off by saying something that I said before. I do not hate this remaster in the slightest. And in fact, if you enjoy this remaster more than I do, then honestly props to you, and I am super duper happy for you. But it's not a bad thing to, you know, dislike a game before its release. It's not a bad thing to be dissatisfied. It's not a bad thing to offer up your critiques and look at things, however small they may be, to see, you know, like, how they can make it better. Now again, I'm not a game developer, so I'm not exactly fit to talk on the topic of, you know, like, how exactly they can make it better, but as a consumer, I simply just want to offer up my take as to what I think. And, like, as a consumer, like, all of us as consumers, if you're not satisfied with it, that is completely fine. Offer up your criticism, say what you think they can do better. Just don't be toxic about it. Don't spam hate messages to Sega or Sonic Team or Blind Squirrel or anybody. Just be civil, be nice to one another. Just be nice to one another. That's really all I ask.